episode of Last Boy Scouts Survival and Bushcraft. Today, we're going to actually be making dessert to add to our campfire foil cooking from our previous episode. Now, I have to admit, I think I cheated you a little bit by only doing one foil dinner. So, in this episode, I'm going to be cooking 3 different foil dinners in addition to showing you one of my favorite campfire desserts to add to our meal. So stay tuned. You're going to learn something. Before we get started on this recipe, let's go start the fire. We can't cook any of our foil dinners or our dessert on an open flame. We need the flames to simmer down to create a nice bed of coals. All right, now that we got our fire going, let's get started on our recipe. For this recipe, here's what you need. Depending on how many people are in your party is all going to determine on what ingredients and how much of your ingredients, obviously, that you're going to use. But for my family of 4, I'm going to start off with 4 medium large oranges, 1 box of whatever cake mix you decide, and whatever the ingredients call for. For this specific White Lily lemon pound cake, it calls for 1 egg, approximately 10 tablespoons or a stick in a couple of butter, about 3/4 cup of water, and I'm gonna spice it up a bit and throw in some sour cream just for my own flavor palette. All right, so I'm gonna speed through this process a little bit so you're not stuck watching me do this for about a half an hour, getting everything ready. Once I have the batter prepared, I'll show you how to prepare the oranges for your cake cups or campfire cupcakes. batter is almost done. I also like to include a little bit of the orange bits that we're gonna clean out of these oranges to make orange cupcake cups. I like throwing it in my batter, adds a little bit of moisture, adds a little bit of that citrus tinge. Now, typically when you're cooking with foil, you don't want to include any acid such as vinegar or citrus, as it will cause reactions with the foil. But as our food will be safe inside these cups and then the foil wrapped around it, we're not going to have to worry about any negative reaction from the citrus and the foil, which, you know, could be a concern to some people. All right. So one thing I love about living in the Central Valley in California is all the fresh produce that we have available to us in this area. I love it. We can get fresh oranges, strawberries, corn.
Send me a piece of that corn. Send me a piece of that corn for later.
And a whole plethora of other fresh fruits and vegetables. Another thing that I love that we get in this area, there's a lot of dairies, so it provides fresh dairy products, milk, butter. You got the Land O'Lakes that are based out of this area, as well as Rosa's milk and different flavored milk that they have. That's pretty delicious, pretty good. Another thing is fresh eggs. You got a lot of farmers in the area that sell eggs kind of right off the roadside on their farms. They usually just post up signs and phone numbers. You give them a call and then you can go meet up and get fresh chicken and duck eggs. So gotta love it. All right, so you've just seen me utilize my tool to cut off the tops of these. Now I'm just gonna take my K-bar spork and clean out as much of the citrus as I can, dumping it into my newly cleaned cup here. And then we're gonna take some of these orange contents, like I said, dump it in the batter, mix it in before we fill these up full of our cake batter, and then wrap them in foil to go throw on our coals, which are almost ready. All right, so I'm not gonna bore you with the details of cleaning these out. I'm gonna fast forward and then we'll move on to putting our foil dinners and our dessert on the coals. Fire is finally down to a nice bed of coals. Now it's time to cook. Now, as I said before, I cheated you guys by only preparing one hobo dinner. So this time I prepared 3. I prepared some shrimp scampi with the tails off in garlic and butter. I've also prepared a special Argentine style meal with steak, veggies, and some chimichurri sauce, as well as an upgraded version of our original hobo dinner, including meat, potatoes, carrots, onions, the chipotle smoke bros seasoning, as well as a few other little tidbits that I threw in there for good measure. I'm also going to cook our dessert simultaneously, so everything will be done and ready in about an hour's worth of time. Time to get cooking.
Much later.
see how we fared. One of the cool things I like about this K-bar spork is it comes with its own built-in knife, right? What good's a K-bar without a knife? Take a look at that. We got meat, we got potato, we got onion, carrot, mushroom, a little bit of butter and EVOO, and chipotle seasoning. Let's see how we fared.
Bon appetit.
And I just hit the magic ingredient. I completely forgot. Not sure if you could see those little pieces of fat kind of stringy in there. Oh yeah, that's hickory smoked bacon. Told you I made improvements. That smells amazing. Here's my potatoes, green beans, chimichurri, steak bits. There's the steak. Nice and tender. And then green beans. All cooked in a chimichurri sauce. For those of you who don't know what chimichurri is,
Chimichurri. We start by chopping plenty of flat leaf parsley, then I like to add some finely diced onion and fresh chilli. This isn't especially traditional, but I enjoy the freshness in there. We grate in a generous amount of garlic, a good pinch of sea salt, some oregano, black pepper, then red wine vinegar, bring it together with olive oil and a little pinch of chili flakes at the end.
This smells amazing. Oh, it did not burn through the packaging, keeping everything in a nice bubble of delicious, buttery, seasony shrimp goodness. Oh man, this shrimp is cooked to perfection. Not bad, if I do say so myself. All right, and last but surely not least, let's see what we have for dessert. That's a dang good dessert. Now, you may be wondering, hey, Scotty, why isn't it flaky and a little drier and spongy? Well, that's a great question. I left a little bit of the inside of the orange around inside of the orange peel, which kept it moist. So this is more or less like a bread pudding rather than a heavy, doughy, drier cake. Also, with that extra orange in the batter, kept it nice and moist, so it's got that bread pudding texture, taste to it. But this, lemony, orangey, dang good. I recommend the pound cake. You're gonna love it. Dang. All the way to the last bite. If you like what you see, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and hit the notification bell so that way you can be notified whenever my new content drops. Stay tuned because we're going to be doing way more cooking. We're going to be doing way more adventures, learning brand new skills. We've got some other exciting things coming as well. Been talking a long time now about merchandise. I just partnered with a local veteran-owned and operated business called Old Glory Rebel. Dang. That'll eat. As my father-in-law says, better than downtown. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. And as always, stay safe, stay vigilant. Knowledge is your weapon.